Tempting to check the stream, but it's streaming the hell out.
Jason actually won the Golden Lantern title in my server, and I paused the video for him.
Got Jason's video going on in the background. Get the fuck out of here, holy shit. Calm Jason invading the stream, let's go. Alright, let's mute this shit. Let's see, what we got, boys? Looks like we're live, finally. Welcome to the 2K sub stream, everyone. I swear this shit took a minute to load up. See big W's in chat.
Alright, I'm here. I can, if you drop the link to the stream, I'll post it in my shit too.
Sounds good. Dropping it in VC topics, it's way up top. I'll watch you at it.
Got it. I got it.
Let's go. We're just chilling, playing some tower defense today, hanging out. I got my boy Jobbers and Goons repping with me today. It was unexpected, but very happily have him.
The perfect combination.
What up? What up? Glad to be here. Shout out to the 2K special.
Big facts. Doing big part to you, man, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Let's see, I also got my boys chilling in chat as well. I got, of course, Majin, man. He helped me out with this thumbnail. Guy's always a G. I got Genius hanging out, and Wally as well as Soulfire. So glad to have all these people running around with me too. But today,
I'm gonna post this on my YouTube thing as well, so we can get some of my subs up here.
Let's go. Let's keep grinding. Yeah, I set up everything behind us. I got my whole fucking rig popping off behind me. I don't know how many comics chilling behind me. I got everything from classic Doctor Strange First Meeting Dormammu to Emerald Twilight. I mean, I got all the best comics rolling behind me in my background right now. Top tier. If you could pick one out, let me know.
Let me see.
It's a little bit hard due to I'll expand this shit out. Yeah, look at this background I got repping right now. It is top tier. There's the Wally special. I got death metal chilling back there. Yeah, who else we got in chat? Let's get some. Let's see who all we got in chat here. We got 7 people chilling currently. Oh, rolling upwards. Let's go. Yo, Brandon Cruz in the chat. Big fan of the channel. Always commenting, as well as DC Comics fan. Oh shit. There we go. Can't be jobbing. What's up, Carrot D-Top? Yo, I'm answering questions for you guys. I'm sure Splash answers some too, so feel free to ask them down low.
Yeah, if you just tell me what the questions are, I'll answer them. Yep.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna have these goons start generating these bad boys. So I noticed you posted a big set in your server recently about top comic runs, yo. What you got on there?
Well, it's just top reads in general. I had Sinestro New 52 up there. I had Spectre 92, Jason Aaron's Punisher Max, Kingdom Manga, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's the Jack Reacher novel series from Lee Child, obviously. What else I have up there? I had several. I mean, we just in my server, we put like the best things to read across all genres, just to kind of improve the conversations we have in server and stuff.
No, I feel you. I was really surprised to see that New 52 Sinestro run, but you are not wrong, dude. He is just wilding left and right inside that run. It's like unbelievable.
I think that's my favorite interpretation of Sinestro I've ever seen.
By far, yeah.
Yeah, that was extremely enjoyable. Plus the dichotomy of him being a hero. But him not going the hero's route was really fun to see. Made for a really good story.
He was just written really well. Johns took over his character and just rewrote him in a variety of ways, just made it completely legit.
He got the proper respect. I mean,
He really did.
like he was portrayed in a way that Sinestro should be, in my opinion.
Yeah. Did a really good job of writing that fine line between, like, showing that the Lanterns, none of them exclusively are quote-unquote evil. They just have their own drives, which would be, like, the best way to really phrase it. And his is order over everything. And you could look at that as evil, but that's not really what defines the guy.
It's like different philosophies to coaching.
Yeah.
He thinks you got to win the game a certain way.
You know, one of the next videos I'm working on is Sinestro evil? It'll be a whole video unto itself, but it'll be a pretty comprehensive breakdown of pretty much that entire idea. That'll be really fun to mess with.
Yeah, it's an interesting topic. I personally don't think he's evil, but it's his actions don't align with evil. His actions align with what he sees as necessary.
Yeah, that is the best way to put it, is what he sees as what has to be done because he doesn't like or trust people.
Yeah, and he like has a genuine firm belief that his way is the way to protect the universe.
You know, big shout outs to my boy Majin popping off on the Sinestro Corps battery in the back. That's right, I got the big boy.
Yeah, Sinestro, that new 52 run made me a major... I wasn't a fan of his before that run. I watched the run and... Oh, I read the run and I was like, shit, like, he's a really dope character.
This guy's a fucking monster, bro.
I'm about to start, I gotta read Demon Slayer soon. If anyone in the streams read Demon Slayer, let me know what y'all think of it.
Yo, hit up Demon Slayer down low. I've heard some pretty good stuff, but I don't know. I've watched a little bit of it. It was alright. I wasn't like too crazy about it. But hopefully the manga's better, especially if you're reading it, because I know anime sometimes is just garbage.
Let's get a really hot take because my my roommate doesn't give a fuck about what's it called? Like power scaling and shit. Hold on. Yeah, what's a better show for the stream? Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer?
Or Naruto?
Oh, here
you
we
don't
go.
know?
Demon Slayer. Potter.
He said Demon Slayer is better.
Let's go. Demon Slayer fans in chat. Go ham.
we mean like your favorite to watch.
Yeah.
What kind of
Narratively.
You can't say that. Demon Slayer's not over.
So far, you're saying Demon Slayer, and it has the...
From the manga?
It should be? Yeah.
It should be.
Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you.
We're gonna see what the stream thinks of that. I didn't think Naruto was the best manga, though. I thought it was good. First of all, the manga's way better than the anime.
Dude,
you don't have that stupid fucking filler.
Always, man. Let's see. Let's read some stuff off from chat over here. Okay, Sandman's great.
Yeah, read Bobobo instead. That shit's weird.
True, that's some.
He fights people with his afro.
Yeah, I watched Bobobo way back in the day. That shit is crazy as hell, bro.
I'm not a Bobobo fan per se, but I can definitely see why people like him.
It's just funny. It's like really next gen content, man. It's just fucking wacky.
He looks to me. He's like, to me, he gives me the impression of like Johnny Bravo, but anime and broken.
Yeah, that's a really interesting
Almost the
comparison.
same
You are
exact
not wrong. Yeah, he's got that vibe.
Dude, Johnny Bravo is the fucking man. It, like, I remember he used to pull up on bitches and never get them. That shit was so funny to me.
Dude, that is 10 out of 10 facts, dude. He is funny as hell.
Damn, Johnny Bravo is a boy.
Bro, I'm hoping he makes it in multiverses soon. That will be my main, I swear to God.
Yo, do we have any Toriko fans here? I'm doing a Toriko video tomorrow. or Toriko, however you pronounce it.
My buddy used to watch the crap out of Toriko, man. And I know there's some really, like, the world in that is, like, really expansive. They spend a lot of time world building.
Oh yeah, it's basically he just eats shit. Like he's a hunter, but like the way he gets stronger, like food has like cells and shit, and like food powers basically. So the more high tier shit you hunt and eat, stronger you get.
Yeah.
This boy Toriko will hunt anything, dog. That shit don't matter. He's a fucking menace. Like they were like, I remember someone was like, "Yo, don't you think you're kind of a dick?" He's like, "Whoa, I only hunt what I eat, bitch." If I'm putting hands on you, I'm trying to eat you. Don't get it fucked up. Like, I was like, damn, that's like a... Yeah, no, that's like a wild way to look at it.
Yo, have you
yeah, no.
Have you seen that Sandman series that's out?
Nah, but I heard Sandman. I heard from everybody so far, Sandman's fire.
Yeah, I really want to watch it. Now that my fucking internet's back up and running, hopefully I'll get the time to watch that shit. But yeah, I've definitely heard some pretty good things about it. I'm really hoping it lives up to the hype.
Yeah, hopefully it ends up good. Trying to think of what else.
Yeah, hit us with some more questions down low, people. Let's see,
I'm doing a Juggernaut video soon too.
Let's go.
On CoffeeShop, I'll be doing like Recreator and stuff like that.
Yo, go sub to CoffeeShop if you haven't, man. That channel's fire and does not get the appreciation it deserves.
It's actually good enough. It's it's actually right now building faster than my main channel. We're almost at 3K on CoffeeShop, but yeah, I'm hoping that the main channel picks up speed again. I'm gonna use the rhythm I taught you. For like picking up speed and stuff. So hopefully I pick up momentum again. Got some bangers on the way. Sonic content will be there on the channel soon for the chat. Let me know if the chat's looking forward to it. I think it's Shadow. I'm doing the Goon video on first.
Let's go! Shadow does goon the fuck out, bro. He's a badass.
Yeah, so he'll be the first one. What else am I doing? Juggernaut, obviously. Classic Juggernaut. Has some of the funniest fucking lines. Chat, if y'all haven't read the fucking comic where Juggernaut goes, yo, it's obvious these limeys ain't got what it takes to run with the big dogs. Like, that's one of the funniest fucking comic lines ever.
Dude, he was just wilding back in the day, man. Fucking Thor runs up on him, he's like, I don't give a fuck, hit me with the God Blast, motherfucker, let's go!
Hold on, let me find it for you. I'm gonna post it in the Discord chat.
The big boy top tiers, dude. Juggernaut is underrated as fuck in the old shit, man. He was just... It's a shame what happened to him, man, because he was such a badass, and then just over time he just diluted into unfortunate things. Being
Alright, I'm putting this in... I'm putting it in VC topics and chat. Hold on. Yo, put some versus battles in the comment section down below.
Yeah, hit us with a few, boys. Let's see, we had a few, I think, a little while back. Morpheus versus Nightmare after the new Nightmare amps. What you got? Who you got there?
The new... You can't rely on Nightmare to win shit, so I'd probably go Morpheus. But if high-end... Nightmare does have some bullshit. Like... I don't know.
The crushing beyond shit
Morpheus
is crazy. Yeah, consistently, definitely Morpheus.
But high-end with the recent Nightmare shit, I got Nightmare.
Yeah, he's like running around fucking crushing Beyonders in his hand. I could not believe that shit, bro. I was reading that and I was like, what the fuck? That shit is comedy.
Alright, here's the, I'm posting the scan to the chat. can know it's a real skin. He said, oops, guess this limey here ain't got what it takes to run with the big dogs.
Let's go.
That's a Juggernaut. That's a classic Juggernaut quote.
Disrespect. Let's see, who else we got in the chat here? What else we got repping over here? Homelander versus She-Hulk?
She-Hulk beats
She-Hulk
stuff. Wait, is that MCU She-Hulk? I haven't seen MCU She-Hulk if that's out yet.
It doesn't specify. I don't think it's out. I could be wrong on that though. I'm sure MCU She-Hulk has 0 feats as of now, so.
Yeah, I don't think it's out, but if it's comics beats the fuck out of
literally
Homelander.
walk him.
Tell your chat they're tripping.
Gore versus Atrocitus. We were talking about that in the server the other day, man. That shit would be really interesting. I think that, like I was saying in server, like, all of the fucking shadow constructs at the same time fighting with against Atrocitus, that shit would be rough, dude. Like...
Yeah, considering just a basic abstract of Gore scales to regular Thor and can fight him for hours.
Like...
And then Goldman King Thor can't get past the construct that hang out at his crib. Like...
If we have more shit from, like, Atrocitus just, like, blatantly being able to, like, rough up fucking concepts and stuff. Like, he couldn't even contain Gore the God Butcher, which is... Or not Gore the God Butcher. He couldn't even contain the Butcher, which is the red entity. Like, he was having issues containing that shit, so it's, like, ultimate rip.
But I've heard some crazy DC rank for the bleed, and he ripped through the bleed no problem.
Yeah.
So.
His napalm vomit is definitely some pretty top-tier shit. Not gonna sugarcoat that shit.
But Midnighter almost also tanked the bleed, so it's like, who knows?
It's weird shit, bro. The monitors were freaking the fuck out about the bleed, but they're also monitors. Like, it's just so fucking hit and miss with fucking anything associated with the monitors or the bleed. That shit is always like weirdly garbage. Parallax Hal Jordan versus Thanos. If Thanos would fucking nothing, bro, Thanos would get annihilated.
To be fair, Thanos has beaten Ben Grimm.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the Ben Grimm wake.
Ben Grimm would box up Parallax. You're crazy.
Oh, he's
What's
a
he gonna
mad
do?
man.
What's he gonna do? Scare him? What's he gonna do? Scare Ben Grimm?
He will delete his ass, bro. He will delete him.
See, everybody hates on Ben Grimm until they read the story when he saw the armor from Asgard, the Destroyer armor, sitting there being controlled by Galactus and said, Reed, drop me off. I'm finna beat his ass. And Reed was like, bro, that's Galactus. He was like, I don't give a fuck. This is my moon. Drop me off. Gets dropped off and beat the shit out of the armor.
I mean,
he beat it so bad, Galactus had to abandon the armor.
I mean, I'm not saying that he wouldn't be afraid of him, but that didn't stop him from beating everyone else's ass who wasn't afraid of him either.
Nah, they were
That's
shook.
all I'm
Ben
saying.
Grimm would throw fucking bungalows. Ben Grimm choked out Stan Lee. He doesn't give a shit about a character. Big Ben Grimmies. Hold on, I'll post that scam right now. 1 sec.
Do it. I mean, I could tell you no, but he still got the big boy shit, bro. He would delete him and the whole fucking time stream he exists in, bro. Parallax is the big boy. Let's go.
Let me post that shit.
Let's see. What else we got?
Parallax got bullied by Sinestro.
True. Parallax, like, that's not bad downplay after that Sinestro 52 run, okay? That's like, Sinestro on that run is fucking crazy. And he mastered that shit better than Hal Jordan ever could, because he actually controls it.
Nah, there's the big man.
Let's see. Yo. W's for everyone in chat for hanging out. Let's go. Archie Sonic versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Verse. That'd be interesting. I think I could be wrong, but I don't, like, he could probably roll up probably to most tiers besides like the really top tier shit. And that's where I feel a little bit uncomfortable because I have to reread all that shit. Besides like Exodia and all your really big like monsters within like at the very top sides of their creation.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh's top shit gets to like baseline outer. I'm not quite
Oh,
sure. if that
baseline? I
has
thought they
enough-
had higher shit than that. I know.
I don't know if it gets super crazy, but I've heard that Archie Sonic does have some wild shit, so who knows?
Yeah. I know they're definitely at least at same ranges, if not higher. Let's see. Havoc's in chat. What's up, Havoc? Let's go on Blade Sauce Ben then. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Like, Parallax, they literally looked at him and said, yo, this motherfucker's worse than the Anti-Monitor. That's why that shit was a crisis event. Doom versus the Earth Lanterns, like all of them? Fuck, dude, Doom might actually figure out a way on the fucking fly to drain their damn energy, bro, and use it. That shit could be pretty rough. But, like, all of them at the same time? He might just get overwhelmed by them, bro, all of them. That's a lot of shit rolling in. Unless he literally develops a way on the fly to generate that shit, I doubt it. Let's see.
Yo, if you're still on live in 30 minutes, you should react to me and Havoc's fight on UFC.
Oh,
We're gonna be
let's
fighting
go.
at 5. Gonna be on my Twitch.
Is this the official weigh-in right here? Are we having the official weigh-in between y'all and chat? Let's go!
Dude, me and him have been planning this meetup for a long time on UFC, so
Let's go!
the fans will get what they want. To my knowledge, he hasn't played in a while, and I've never played on Xbox, so...
Oh, so it should be an easy W for you then, right?
I'd kill him.
Yes, I knew it! Let's go.
This stream can hear me, I'd kill him.
He'd kill him! You heard it here first, boys and girls.
Main event. Like, you know what I mean? A whole thing.
Alright, let's see what else we got.
I'd beat the fuck out of my community.
You know, Amazon Omni-Man versus MCU Thor. I think MCU Thor should just, like, brutalize him. Let's go and pop.
Wait, what's the matchup?
Amazon's Omni-Man, so the cartoon versus MCU Thor. I'm pretty sure Thor would just fucking
MCU Thor
swipe.
should walk.
Yeah, he
Yes, it
should
is.
swipe that one.
Superman versus every live action Batman, no prep time. The Batmans die. What?
Yeah. If you're not using the fucking movie version, like, that's right. Let's see. Lobo versus...
Soldier Boy versus Captain America MCU. I don't know Soldier Boy's scaling, so I can't speak on him. Did you watch the show?
I didn't. I tried. I just wasn't invested in it. Soldier Boy
I
comes
think
up later
the
on.
biggest thing for Homelander is like nuke plot.
Let's see.
I don't know if he hits harder than a nuke though. I don't know if that's ever said. I think it said he could survive.
One. Yeah, yeah.
Captain America doesn't give a fuck if he survived the nuke. He fought Loki in movie 1.
Big facts. He was throwing hands with him, bro. And he was messing with fucking Thor.
Mess around and behead Homelander. That fucking shield.
You know, Lobo versus Bugs Bunny. You know, that's actually
Bugs
pretty interesting.
Bunny
Probably
probably-
Bugs though. Yeah. Despite
Yeah, Bugs probably beats his ass.
the crazy wank that Lobo has, even Bugs is fucking wildin', bro. Any of the Looney Tunes characters in their crossovers were just seen as fucking necrogen as fuck. Let's see, Red Hood versus Moon Knight. That's real weird, cause like Moon Knight has like full storylines that really flesh out how stupid his character can get. So I might swing that way on that one. Consistently though, I think I'd probably favor Red Hood. I think Guts would brutalize the boys verse. I'm feeling pretty confident on that. Yeah, hit us with some more questions, boys. I gotta start this shit. Let's see. I had a whole list of shit I was supposed to stream off on, so let's see here. Yo, Splash, you been keeping up with Dark Crisis at all?
Nah, I haven't been reading it. What happened?
Yo, after the Black Adam shit, right? Basically, we get big confirmation on a lot of shit, lantern-oriented, so obviously I'm hyping on that shit. Second chapter was boring as fuck. Deathstroke's basically an agent of the Great Darkness, and is a total fucking jobber to him. And the chapter after that, Hal Jordan shows up and says, I don't give a fuck what Black Adam told you guys, Justice League's alive, he's a fucking liar. And basically goes out and gathers up all the other Green Lanterns, finds all of them that were left out on all these random planets, and tells them, yo, me and the Guardians basically theorized that Necron was attached to some greater being out where he's from, and chances are it's the Great Darkness. So they go and they find the Black Lantern Corps central power battery that's been resurrected, and they touch it, and when they touch it, it brings them directly to... Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Brings them directly to the Great Darkness, and starts swinging hands, and we definitely got confirmation that they are indeed not going... like, the whole League is not dead. Yeah, big surprise.
The League's not dead?
Yeah, they are not dead. They're like being trapped, much like we saw from Barry Allen. They're essentially being thrown into these like narrative worlds by Pariah, and he's using them to generate power. And we had spoilers to this next one, thanks to fucking DC, of course, and their fucking YouTube channel, where they basically said that Pariah is weaponizing their stories because their stories are so powerful that he's going to bring back the old infinite multiverse into our home orrery through their stories.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's some pretty wacky, weird shit going on with Dark Crisis. So a lot of interesting Necron, confirmation that Necron is indeed a being of the Great Darkness, an avatar, essentially.
That's crazy. That's a fucking fat emotional spectrum, man.
Yeah, that is huge. Because he is considered a part of the emotional spectrum somehow. So, like, the fact that we're there, I've been theorizing that shit for a long time, but everybody said, lol, agent of, oh, what the fuck was it, the fuck was that stupid ass shit? Damn it, I lost again. Everyone was saying, lol, he's an agent of, Death of the Endless because he represents death, and I was like, bro, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. That is definitely not the case.
Nah, definitely wasn't.
So big confirmation for the spectrum on that shit, so it's pretty hype.
Yeah, that's crazy for an amp for the scaling.
Big facts. Yo, Shiva versus Elektra. I think Shiva would. You think Shiva would dismantle Elektra? Who you got on that one?
Elektra beat up Crazy. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Red Hood beat the fuck out of Shiva. That bitch ain't special. She might get beat up.
Yo, let's see. How do I summarize the emotional spectrum scaling to somebody who doubts you? Well, from the sounds of things, all of the emotional beings that exist within the confines of our multiverse are essentially the concepts that came as a result and spawned from the life entity. The life entity came from somewhere beyond, which would obviously be the source. It's one of the pure connective source energies that govern over that created creation, all of which coming from the source naturally. And the true genuine emotional spectrum that is existing out in the Omniverse also exists. The entities we saw were just our multiversal manifestations of those things, but our multiverse's version of it was so powerful that it could refill the reservoirs of the Omniversal one, which is what Kyle did during the New Guardians run. And each individual one of those entities are crazy whack powerful, especially whenever they have hosts. Just look at all the shit that like Hal Jordan did. I mean, he was creating crisis events and what's compared to the Anti-Monitor. So like, if people ain't gonna buy that shit, then like, that's on them, bro. I don't know what to say to them.
Man, I still gotta make a Necron Goon video.
Let's go. I'll feature on that shit.
Yeah, I'll at the very least, I'll make sure to consult you on his best moments, because I remember someone had bought that a while back, so I actually got to do that.
Yeah, he just rolls up and dicks on everyone, bro. I got some comedy for that shit. Yeah, big W's for Necron.
So
Let's see what else.
Iceman has cool lore. There's been implications. He's like the offspring of Ymir. He's like fought Oblivion before. He's one of the strongest X-Men. But he fucking jobs.
Yeah, he holds himself back consistently from what I remember.
Shumagorath is a weird one, and he also has that thing where if he dies, if you kill him, you become him.
He's
And
on
it
some
like
Sith
even
Lord
Classic
shit.
Strange couldn't really do anything about it.
I heard Marvel lost the damn rights to that shit, which is like ultimate rip.
Boss rights to what?
To Shuma. That's why you don't see him anymore.
Damn.
That's why he wasn't named in the new movie too.
Yeah, 60s to 70s abstracts and entities and all that can get a little washy with the copyright.
Let's see, what else we got? Weaponizing their stories should just affect the monitor sphere and not just the old orrery. The purest versions of these characters' stories can affect up to the monitor sphere, and even their current stories right now are like wandering through higher planes than that, which is like which is the 6th dimension. So obviously their stories have become much stronger over time than just like Cosmic Armor Supermans from back in like 2012. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, I'm just mad hype, random, but I'm mad hype for playing my Harry Potter D&D for the first time in a minute tonight.
Let's go.
But the fucking game, the new video game for Harry Potter got delayed, man. That's just whack.
Oh no! Bro, do you stream those at all?
Do I stream the
The Harry Potter game, yeah.
Nah, I don't think I've ever streamed it.
Dude, you should. That shit is hype as hell.
Yeah, we had a crazy Cthulhu one recently. Everyone died.
Oh no! Everyone jobbed.
I usually use Cthulhu as like 1 or 2 shot D&Ds in my server. We run a Star Wars one too.
I mean, that sounds pretty fair to the Cthulhu action, man, because Cthulhu stuff gets pretty wild. Goes pretty ham. Let's see, where we at? Oh, I can't complete that shit. It's like going here, boys. Let's see. What else we got repping in chat over here? Do I watch TikTok debates? Somebody said Omni-Man beats Lobo. Well, dude, that's the problem, is you're looking for information on TikTok, and people on TikTok are fucking insane, okay? These people, if you think Omni-Man beats Lobo, you've never read a comic book with Lobo in it, because Omni-Man does not beat Superman, and he consistently throws hands with him, if not defeats him, so big rip. Ooh, peak Brainiac versus peak Ultron. Assuming no like external amps and stuff. God damn, bro. Ultron does have some pretty wacky ass shit.
Brainiac also has shit scaling to like True Form Darkseid.
Yeah, like his convergent shit is pretty wild, to say the least. Yeah, because he was like rolling through like hyper time. Just grabbing parts of hyper time, bro. That's some shit that like fucking Dr. Manhattan was doing. That should give you an idea. So I don't know, man. That one gets weird. I would probably favor Brainiac personally, but fuck, dude, I don't know. Because he is technically an organic being, but Ultron's fucking hacking shit would be a nightmare for him to deal with. Very high diff, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Marvel taking hella losses, big rip. Hit across multiverse, blah blah. Ooh, thoughts on Barry Allen cracking the Omniverse? If memory serves right, like, I don't think he like. I think the crack was kind of like it's a crack leading outwards towards the Great Darkness, because that's where all like the dead, decayed multiverses exist. So he kind of busted his way out, and that's something that like Darkseid in his truest form couldn't necessarily do. So it gets a little weird in terms of like what exactly that even means. So I don't know. It's definitely super interesting. By far one of Barry's best feats, both through speed and through like durability or comprehension, because he had to have moved through like the Overvoid in order to have gotten there in the first place. And he also broke that multiversal barrier that was just impossible for like Darkseid to do himself, or at least he presented the fact that he needed some Barry to do it. So really interesting stuff in all honesty. Yeah, the Redcon Corporation is way overrated, dude. And there's so many people who hype that shit up, but
they got slaughtered by Swamp Thing.
Yeah, like don't believe the hype in the whole Redcon Corps.
Remember when I found that scaling? People were fucking mad when I found that scaling.
Yeah, people just get stuck in a meta. They get stuck believing in shit. It's like the cosmic armor shit, bro. They just get stuck on it and they never fucking let it go for some stupid ass reason. It blows my mind. Yo, let's see. Darkest Night versus Living Tribunal. Yo, Dark Rex, that is a fucking slaughter, bro. The Darkest Night would wipe the floor with the Living Tribunal. This motherfucker's fighting was tearing through the source wall, and he was sealing people with the source wall. Like, TDK is fucking wild, boys. So where would I put Volthoom now with the new Necron? So honestly, if you want to see a really good comprehensive guide, because I had already speculated all that Necron information already. Like 100%. That was already my theory. Like we were living up to that shit in real time. Check my Volthoom video. It has everything you need as a comprehensive guide to Volthoom. It's the most underrated video on my fucking channel. I'm telling you, man. It is like top tier. Let's see.
Hey, no fair. There's two.
Oh goddammit, I looked away. Let's see. Everyone in DC versus Cthulhu? Hold up, there's no way I actually saw that. Cthulhu be strong, but he ain't that strong, boys. Are you saying Final Crisis wasn't the be-end-all scale? Yeah, it's true. Final Crisis literally is not the end-all be-all fucking scaling for DC. Characters in recent days have literally moved past it. Like, moved past the Monitor Sphere. The Monitor Sphere is not the end of, like, everything that exists. We gotta move past that idea, man, because that is just not the case.
Wanna see a magic trick? Presto Popo! Bring it!
Let's see, what else we got repping over here, boys? A bunch of people arguing Starro versus Shuma. Man, the shit with Shuma where Strange couldn't deal with him is really interesting. But in my opinion, if memory serves right, it was heavily implied he could defeat him. He just couldn't stop from becoming him after he did defeat him. Am I wrong on that?
Repeat that?
Yo, I'm talking about Shuma versus Starro. It was one of those things whenever, with Shuma, whenever he was fighting Strange, Strange could defeat him, he just couldn't stop from becoming Shuma afterwards, right? Isn't that how that worked?
Yeah, he killed him. I think he beat him, but Shuma started taking over.
Okay, maybe that is what it was. It's been ages since I read through that. Shout outs to my old school classic Doctor Strange music video. Definitely check that out. I heard a bunch of strange shit for that, and that was one of the stories. My shit was top tier though. Let's see. Ultron scaling, I don't think goes up to multi-eternity. Holy shit. Yeah, definitely not. Astral Regulator Thanos versus Infinite Frontier Darkseid. Man, Astral Regulator, I think, would probably... Oh, maybe not. Fuck, I'd have to reread Astral Regulator shit, man. It's like, Infinite Frontier Darkseid is pretty OG, but I still don't think he has, like, source scaling or anything like that. Scales above the anti-life equation. He even says that shit's worthless to him, but the fucking Black Lantern ring is, like, too crazy.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
That one's actually up there, man. That could be a pretty dank battle. Let's see. Ghost Rider versus Mortal Kombat Scorpion. Ghost Rider probably tear his head off in a long con fight if we give in to high ends, but consistently Ghost Rider, I swear to God, is really funny memes of just jobbing his ass off. Let's see what else we got. I gotta make sure I place my shit so I don't job over here, boys. Alright. Let's see.
Yo, you know what's a stupid ass plot point in Harry Potter?
Yo, hit me with it.
Why didn't they just look in the walls of the school in number 2? When everyone was getting dropped by the basilisk,
Yeah.
it was just in the walls. What the fuck?
All these fucking people and they couldn't manage to
Ain't no ghosts see that shit? They be in the walls all the time. Fucking ratchet ass ghosts. Oh, Harry Potter's a horrible verse, man. Them ghosts don't give a fuck about you.
Fucking ghosts, bro, I swear to God. Harry Potter is it's like a really fun verse, but it's just one of those, like, sometimes you gotta look at that shit and you be like, wait, what? These motherfuckers have time turners and they're not using them more than once? Come on now.
Bro, that shit. Yeah, I don't know. They should have looked in the walls. That's a fucking stupid plot point.
Big facts.
Been trying to get Lumos to play in the Harry Potter D&D, but he's too fucking high and mighty for that. F in the chat.
F in the chat, bro. Big F in the chat. I don't know, if I'm messing with D&D, it's gotta be like something I'm heavily invested in. Even like, I love me some Star Wars. Like, don't get me wrong. Even that was like really hard to maintain my attention. I'm just so fucking hard whenever it comes to like sitting back and doing shit for like extended periods of time.
I think you'd be good for like a one-shot. My one-shot series where we just play one session.
Shit. Yeah, probably won't be a bad idea. You never know. I might pop in. I might see what's up.
The Harry Potter one's funny as shit.
Yeah, my boy Genius tells me about it, bro. He says he's wildin' in that one.
I think our most dangerous student's Tuck. His name's Wally Patel. And when he figured out his year 1 spells don't hit that hard, he picked up a magic shovel from the joke shop and hasn't looked back. He just fucking swing. You just see this 12-year-old Gryffindor swinging shovels at grown-ups, bro. It gets fucking real in these Hogwarts streets. The story for the chat, for y'all don't know, the story takes place even before Dumbledore was a kid. It takes place during the period of the Black Plague. I'm running a narrative alongside the Black Plague, and I'm making it like magical based.
He says we're going on the hard shit.
Yeah, dude, a professor already died. Headmaster went to jail for a little bit. He was framed for that shit. It's real out here. My Hogwarts is fucked. Y'all thought Harry had it bad? Harry would not. Bro, my first years would kill the shit out of Harry.
Bro, hit him with the magic
Bro,
shovel, bro.
one
Be
time-
one shot.
Nah, so I'm the game master, right? And there was this one time we were playing, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make them go to the Forbidden Forest, and I'm gonna jump them with this evil professor and beat the fuck out of them. Because they're a bunch of first years, right? Dog, they beat the shit out of me for like 2 hours. I kept thinking of ways to like save myself, but I just kept getting fucking rocked. Like, it was horrible. I've never been that like humiliated as a game master. Puck kept hitting me with a shovel, like, they spread out. That was the first time because they're all 12 technically, so they do wild shit and they can get away with it because it's something a kid would do. So I wasn't really like anticipating what they would do.
If you like that, sometimes as a game master, dude, you just shit to bed because like people do really crazy things you wouldn't expect out of them.
I mean, it makes for a great session though. That shit used to happen in our Star Wars D&D. Remember when Boba
True.
beheaded a guy randomly?
Big facts. I remember when Scruffy saved our ass 24/7. So I remember.
Yo, Scruffy made an appearance in the D&D we're playing now for Star Wars. Just ended because everyone died, but
Shout out to Scruffy, bro.
well, we might still play it, but Scruffy helped kill Mace Windu and dipped. He was like, the block's hot, I'm retiring.
Let's go.
He stole a shipment of rare death sticks that are laced, and he just retired.
What a fucking hero.
Yeah, explain to your people who Scruffy was, bro. It's always good to hear the
Yo.
legend spoken on.
Scruffy was a wildly powerful Ewok. We found selling death sticks on the side of the road, and we stole his fucking death sticks. I wish I could make this shit up, bro.
He's
That
a
shit was
shaman.
comedy, bro. Yeah, he's a fucking shaman, man. He led us into a realm that we never found our way out of, bro. That shit was fucking wacky. He was wilding with us, though. He was a homie. He was the G, bro. Scruffy was top tier. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I want a
Nah,
Scruffy thread.
they became Scruffy fans when he said, "Oh my God, I'm a victim."
Yeah, the victim.
When he robbed them first. Yeah,
I'm a victim.
it's real.
Yeah, this shit was comedy. Oh my gosh, bro. That shit was 10 out of 10. Alright, what else we got in chat down here? Thoughts on Milkman? He's garbage, had problems fighting, like, fucking Wonder Woman. Just normal Wonder Woman, not even, like, special Wonder Woman or anything. If the Avengers could handle... Could the Avengers handle being switched places with the Justice League in their verse and vice versa? I think... I don't know, that's really interesting. I think that on average, like the groups of people that they face are a little bit more powerful in DC. Not saying the totality of their villains or anything like that are, but consistently I think it would be a little bit tougher for like the Avengers. What do you think on that one?
I think because the Avengers are a little more ruthless, they do better.
Oh, really? Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Flash be getting punked by everybody.
Yeah, I'm not denying that one, bro. I don't typically defend Justice League scaling through the Flash, to say the least. Who does? Yo, Wukong, yeah, don't listen to the fucking hype on Milkman, bro. That shit is dumb as fuck. And Cass is a whole fucking nightmare unto itself. House of Ideas Vision versus Cosmic Armor Superman. I think anybody in the House of Ideas is pretty much above Cosmic Armor Superman. House of Ideas scales pretty high cosmologically. Actually, pretty competitive. The only difference is like that's the dawn of where like all stories come from, not just like the strongest story. So I feel like he should be able to weaponize that a little bit better. Cosmic Armor Superman is just not as... People just freak the fuck out wanting to see him because he's like, oh my god, stories, bro. But yeah, he's just not as strong as a lot of people give him credit for. Wonder if Volthoom will show up in the current crisis. Probably not. If anything, if I had to speculate, at the end of his storyline, where we see at the end of Green Lanterns, he probably wound up going back to his home reality and destroying it just as prophesized and foretold.
Alright, it's my time to go to war with Havoc. I'll be talking to you soon. If you want to watch it, I'll send you a Twitch link when it goes up.
Yeah, link this bad boy.
Alright, dog. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a blast, bro. Be safe out there.
Alright, peace.
Alright. This is me now, the Splash left. Look at the big sad boys. But that being said, the Corps must go on. Let's see what else we got. Man, fuck, dude. That shit was brutal. We're going back in regardless. Let's see. The bald people who don't wear pants. Always the goat of DC. Big facts. Alright, I promised my boy Wally I'd get him in on the next stream I had, and he's been a big fan of the Corps for quite some time, so I'm gonna drag his ass up to the chat, see what he's got. What's up, Wally? Welcome to the channel, bro.
What's good, bro?
Oh shit, just chilling today. Hitting that 2,000 sub special. Let's go!
Bye.
Big
bro.
W's in chat for all the Theromax Corps.
Bro, while you're having a good time, I'm busy dealing with Outerversal text evaders.
Outerversal text evaders. Yeah, that should be a new series I got repping soon too, man. Outerversal text evaders, bro. If you guys have some crazy as fuck paragraph nightmares from YouTube, just in terms of text evaders, definitely send them down low. That shit is comedy, bro. That shit is comedy. I will laugh my ass off and narrate those until the end of time. The end of time. Yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna keep rolling on some of this shit in chat over here too. Let's see.
It'd be like that.
People still think the Overvoid is unmatched. We now have characters who casually walk across the Overvoid and like use it to their own advantage, like Perpetua whenever she created the Monitor, Anti-Monitor, and World Forger. So like, Overvoid is just like the floor to the current powerful characters in DC. Big rip. Let's see.
Yeah, and yo, now that I'm on the like the stream, I wanna remove some misconceptions about Upside Down Man, bro. When he lost, it wasn't a job. Like, it wasn't a job. Listen, he had the entire Justice League Dark on top of Wonder Woman with the full power of Hecate throwing hands with him, and Hecate is supposedly supposed to be equal. So,
I mean,
him losing that.
It was a job. It was a job in the fact that he had no willpower and apparently just lost a battle of will against Zatanna, and he's like a higher being. Okay, like that's pretty rip. You gotta admit that
fair. No will is a partial L, but I will say
it's not as much as a job as everyone thinks. I agree.
Yeah, him actually being like trapped in her soul actually was like all because of Wonder Woman. She literally used all of Hecate's power to actually lock him there. So, like, people saying Upside Down Man is just will level can suck it, because that shit will never happen again.
It won't, because we'll never fucking see Upside Down Man again, except for in one-shot crisis events.
Bro, that's actually
it's so sad. It's so sad. Sometimes the best fucking villains just get job towned, and we never fucking see them again.
Bro. like, if you actually read the Justice League Dark story, like, the Upside Down Man actually has a funny personality, but, like, they just keep robbing this man of, like, good shit.
Yo, Captain Atom versus Blue Marvel or Sentry, either one. You're a big Captain Atom fan. What you repping over here on this one? I could already guess.
Yo, wait, Blue Marvel. I don't know shit on Blue Marvel, man, so I can't say.
He's pretty powerful. He threw hands with Sentry, beat up the Avengers upon his release. Like, he does have some pretty solid stuff. We definitely know rank amateur, to say the least.
Yeah, alright, so Blue Marvel, I have no say on. Sentry, that's weird because, there's this one storyline where I'd say Captain Atom wins purely because I know more and that, like, I've seen him scaling to, like, Green Lantern, Superman, and, like, Martian Manhunter and shit. So, yeah, but whether, like, the mind hacks will work is iffy. That, it might be a win factor, but I'm not sure. Like, if Sentry usually, like, uses his hacks.
No, Sentry is really good. They say he's the most powerful telepath, but I've never seen him telepathically attack somebody, like, on the fly. Typically, people reach into his minds and try to telepathically manipulate him, and he, like, one-shots them as a result.
Oh, yo, a birdie told me that Blue Marvel was boloing Shumagorath. Oh.
I mean,
that would be crazy.
If you think he scales above the same Sentry he punched into orbit, then that's fair, but that same Sentry just came back down and one-shot him. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't go that far, but, yeah. Definitely a G, though. I'm not gonna downplay that. Blue Marvel is powerful, but... Like,
I saw this man in the new, like, Defenders Beyond shit, where, like, the Beyonder rolled up again, and, like, I don't know, he was acting kind of sketched out, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was with.
I think that, like, if you take in Captain Atom's really high-end scaling, because you have to do really high-end interpretations for Blue Marvel for this battle to be relevant. If you do, like, Captain Atom, like, fighting Necron, there's fucking nothing Blue Marvel has that is comparable. Yeah, there is fucking nothing he can do. Yeah. Because, like, old school fucking Captain Atom was crazy, bro.
Yo, fun fact, old school Captain Atom actually, Necron, in fact, literally ordered around the Black Racer to, get, Captain Atom to his realm. He starts talking mad shit to Captain Atom gets salty, literally just one-shots him and absorbs all of his powers. And then BFRs him away. Like, bruh.
That shit, like, old Captain Atom was fucking crazy, and the way he could manipulate the quantum realm was just, like, fire as fuck.
Yeah.
That shit was top tier.
This man was, like, his AoE was, like, unironically, like, unmatched at that time. Like, straight up blowing up and creating universes, like, straight up just out of his ass. Like, yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Alright, let's see what else we got. Black Priest Strange versus Cass. Black Priest Strange was pretty dope. Man, I don't know on that one. They're somewhere in the same ranges, but I feel like, I don't know if Strange will be able to deal with, like, his adaptive qualities fast enough. That would not be like a one-shot for either side, though. I think that's gonna take a minute. Let's see, MCU versus Darkseid. If it's comics, Darkseid is fucking deleting them. Oh shit. Let's go. I gotta update this shit because these things are wildin'. Let's go full on ham over here. Okay, let's see what else we got. Harry Potter versus plot holes, lol. Current Thor versus Rebirth Hal Jordan. Current Thor has some pretty good stuff, but I think Rebirth Hal Jordan will take it, bro. He was fighting a double-powered Zod, as well as, like, while he was still throwing hands and damaging Superman while he was being mind-hacked by one of the strongest telepaths in verse. Like, he was doing some dumbass shit, bro. Fire God Liu Kang versus Shazam. Mortal Kombat scaling just gets real fucking weird. So if I don't feel as confident on Mortal Kombat scaling as I do like high-end Shazam beats. With the American Wizards, oh, I ain't got a clue with that one. Unbound Spectre versus Classic Strange. I think Classic Strange would take it extremely high diff. I don't,
Dude,
like
I literally like.
he's fighting
because
characters from outside of creation and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
real.
just I love me some I love me some Spectre, but I don't know if I can justify fucking
Yeah.
like Strange or
I-
Spectre fighting people outside of the
Yeah.
realm like that.
Yo, fun fact, I actually heard some like crazy like strange shit from like. So I decided, yo, I'm gonna just like pick up Strange Tales and like read like a random ass issue, and like this dude fucking one-shot Schumer.
Yeah, he was fucking wildin', bro. Your mic's popping off a little bit.
My mic's popping off,
Yeah.
bruh. Mike
Yeah,
Glover.
like I'm telling you, he's pretty scary. I think a lot of people really it's crazy because everybody is always hyping up Classic Strange, but like there's a reason why. He's scary. He is crazy powerful, boys. Let's see. Wonder Woman versus Zoom. Professor Zoom? I think they've crossed paths and even thrown hands with one another at one point in time. Were we talking about that the other day? Or was that Thawne?
Yeah, so there was a time where the Flash and Wonder Woman crossed over. This did happen like early 2000s, like in the post-crisis era. And essentially like Wonder Woman basically like she had like something covering her eyes because she had she wanted to improve like even greater to like greater like heights like without her eyes. And basically like even then like Professor Zoom like while trolling was like folding her. And dude, it got to the point where like Cheetah literally rolled up to Reverse Flash and was like, yo, can you teach me like your speed amp, bro? Like, can you teach me that shit? Like, bruh, it was so funny.
Yo, Harry Potter versus Batman. Batman will fold the living shit out of Harry Potter, unfortunately. Harry Potter's strong, but he just does not have the speeds and reaction time, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Let's see.
Yo, shout out to Percy Jackson scaling, bro.
Yeah, big facts. Percy Jackson gets no fucking love when he should, dude. I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I'm fucking telling you.
Bro. Yo, I need to scale out Percy Jackson, bro. Like,
I've been saying this, bro. He's one of the most G fucking verses that nobody pays attention to.
yeah. Like, if you take the verse at face value, it's like, okay, you have like some good like city to like maybe like continental / planetary like throughout the verse, and like that's crazy. But like if you actually take like the actual like mythology, like dude, you get to like multiversal plus real fucking play, and like that's scary.
All right, yo, here's a pretty fire one. Okay, this is actually interesting to discuss. House of Ideas Nyx versus Perpetua.
I don't know. Perpetua didn't get rocked by Superman. No, not Superman. Spider-Man.
Okay, chill. Yo, I mean, she didn't get in the House of
no.
Ideas unless it was idea level, but like, I think that. So, House of Ideas Nyx is essentially a person just using a room that has the powers of creation located in it. The way I look at it, that would be very similar to what Perpetua did by creating our verse, because she was given essentially the energies of the source itself in the form of the totality and creating our multiverse to create all stories that exist here. So Nyx is a lower being accessing that power versus a higher being using that power. So my logic would be that Perpetua and her form are greater as a result of that. That'd be a really good battle, though. I don't think that would be a one shot. That would be one of those just like slowly but surely overcoming the other one. And we even see evidence of that kind of matchup happening within the context of Batman Hatton. Because Batman Hatton, albeit a lower being fighting a higher being, had to drain her of all of those powers before he could genuinely defeat her.
Yeah, he was like slowly draining her power throughout the fight. And like that's what made Perpetua look so much weaker than she actually was.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that was just disgusting. But yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where I would have that action, man. Let's see. Apex Legends versus Cable. You're an Apex guy.
Yo.
You answered that one. Cable's got some really good feats.
I mean, yo, give me like a quick rundown of like what Cable
Yo,
scales
Cable's
to.
throwing hands with Apocalypse.
Okay, Cable washes.
Yeah,
Like-
he's scary.
I was thinking like, yo, maybe like Horizon could because she had some like galaxy scaling. But like, yeah, Galaxy ain't like Apocalypse tier. Like, unfortunately.
Apocalypse
So, like,
is
yeah.
top tier, man.
I'd rather hang out with the Apex Legends though, lol.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to hang out with fucking Cable, bro. It's from a Doom timeline where shit just sucks infinitely. Like, it's a big
For
rip.
real.
Let's see, what else we got in chat? Let's see. I don't even see a booster gold matchup, lol. Guts
Booster
versus
Gold, that's a good
Conan.
matchup.
Conan and probably Murder now that he has Marvel scaling. He was like fucking Strange was looking at him and was like, what the fuck is this guy? Let's see. Harry Potter Hood version, lol.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, god damn it. My god, we have people murdering each other in chat. Let's go. Let's go. People murdering each other. These guys are living up to that Outerversal text debating in real time. Let's go.
Oh my god, true, bro.
Let's see.
Fair.
God
Yo,
damn, I'm trying to
better
get through to these,
question.
but there's so many, bro. There's so many. You guys are hitting me with all the
Literally.
best questions. You guys are the best.
Yeah, yo.
This is why the Theromax Corps is the best, boys.
Yo, here's a better question. Goku tards versus Alien X tards.
It's like an ultimate
I know.
W either way.
Lol. It's a pretty close matchup, honestly.
Who could take a bigger L?
Sure. Yo, unironically, the hardest matchup would probably be, yo, who loses faster, Living Tribunal or, like, the Phantom Stranger, lol.
Holy shit, this thing won't die!
Damn, Lumos is jobbing in
This
his
fucking
game?
thing
That's
won't die,
comical.
dude! It's unstoppable! What the fuck is this?
Damn. It's only unstoppable until it's not.
Holy shit! Oh my god. Yo, let's see. Yeah, this one's an L, boys. What else we got here? DC humans versus Marvel humans. I think Ascended humans would beat Marvel humans personally, but they do have to be Ascended in order to get there, so that's kind of an L.
Yeah. But even then, like, we still have, like, a single Ascended human. So, John, the question is, like, can Marvel humans, like, all take on John and win?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think so. Let's see. What else we got, boys? Battle of the
hit us with some
Jobbers.
more questions.
You know what? I'm gonna let you fucking rattle on for 50 minutes on this one while I go use the restroom real quick. Yo, Battle of the Jobbers, Silver Surfer versus Barry Allen. Let's go! Let's go!
Oh, God. Fuck. God, Silver Surfer and Barry? Like, that is tough. Wally is the best Flash, so, like, I don't know. I don't really do Barry Allen. I kind of just slander him. So, yeah. I mean, I'll admit, like, pre-Crisis, like, Barry Allen does have some crazy shit. He did pass the source wall and come back unaffected. But, I don't know, fucking current Barry Allen is, like, jobbing hard. So, yeah. I think that could go either way, honestly, but, like, I'd favor Barry purely because of the speed advantage. But, like, yeah. No, essentially, to answer the question, I just got on the Discord. Yeah. Barry Allen can run out in outer space because of his Speed Force aura. I know. Yo, speaking of plot hacks, bro, fucking like Speed Force is literally the ultimate DC plot hacks for speedsters. Like, yeah, true. Barry Allen did race pre-Crisis Superman a bunch, but I think then it was like stated that like Superman was faster by Wally West and Barry Allen himself. So like back then Superman was slightly faster, but like currently that meta has like died out and like the Flashes were confirmed superior. But yeah. Yo, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. Yeah. Lol, shameless plug. Which Lantern Corps would Spider-Man be in? Oh fuck, that's a hard question. I'll predict, because Lumos is probably best suited to answer this question, I'll predict either pink or blue. That's what I'm predicting. What other questions do we got? Yo, hit us with some versus matchups that don't have like some really obscure like anime character that only 3 people have read. Oh god, Hyperversal Superman? Uh-oh. Yeah, Ben Grimm would probably get green, honestly, from what I've heard. But yeah, Yo, I saw this question earlier, where would like Scarlet Witch scale in DC cosmology? I think like she'd be like along with the other Justice Leaguer tiers, like fucking with like God Sphere characters. Like I think that's pretty safe. Yo, Saitama versus SE. Oh my god. Well, that sounds like a cancerous matchup. The fan bases are both terrible on both sides. But like 3812 would probably slap Saitama, from what I've heard. Oh god, he only knows obscure anime verses. Report him. Where would Swamp Thing scale in Marvel? He'd be around like what would be considered like the what you call like the Herald tiers, or like, yeah, Herald tiers is probably safe. I'm not comfortable putting him at like Skyfather tier. Ben Grimm versus the 7 from the boys. I've heard the most the boys scale to is like Nuke or like multi-city at best. So like I'll say Ben Grimm. Yeah, gag character is always funny to like troll with. Yeah. What are you talking about, Mana Tomorrow? Ben Grimm bullies them disrespectfully.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back, boys. Sorry, life was wild outside.
Yeah.
Let's try this shit again.
Yo, there was a question earlier. What core would Spider-Man be in? I want to hear your
Hope. Probably Hope. Yeah, if not hope, willpower, pretty safely. He's not a lover,
Yeah, I
otherwise
called-
one more day would not have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I called one of them. I didn't really expect Will, honestly. I don't fucking read that much.
He's
Spider-Man,
he's
so-
really driven, man. He's really driven.
Yeah, it'd be like that, honestly, with like the like lower tier characters, bro. Like, it honestly be like that.
God of Stories versus God of Stories Loki versus Manhattan. Manhattan should wipe. He fucking cleans out the concepts of stories pretty consistently within one multiverse.
Yeah.
Let's
God of
see.
Stories Loki would scale to like creation in Marvel, which would be like at best like multi-eternity, I'd assume.
Yeah,
Or like one of the other cosmoses that he's like fucking around with.
and he deleted that.
So
shit.
like, yeah, Manhattan would still be like safely above.
Prime Lex Luthor
Yeah.
versus Prime Iron Man. Man, Iron Man has some
I-
new shit that's wiling out pretty hard from what Slash has said. Personally, Prime Lex Luthor, if you consider the Apex stuff, Apex would fucking poop on.
Yeah.
But
Apex Lex is disgusting, bro.
even outside of
like-
that, dude, he just has a bunch of really good fucking content that like makes
True.
no sense.
And like this was pretty funny, but in the Justice League like Odyssey run, like Apex Lex and Perpetua were both stated as like threats to creation. And like, yeah. Like I'd say like high-end Lex is fucking disgusting.
Let's see. Yo. Used to be
Yeah,
a text
Superman.
debater. This used to be a text debater. Lumos and I once wrote literal essays. It's true.
Wait,
we
what?
actually meant writing fucking essays to one another, bro. Michael in chat. That's big facts.
Oh yeah, for on God, bro.
Yeah, big
my
facts.
God.
Yellow Lantern
Dude.
Mongol versus Thanos. That's pretty interesting. I think that fuck, dude, Mongol, especially during that New 52 run at the end of the Johns shit, was pretty fucking crazy, bro. That shit was pretty disgusting. Bro, he had like 17 fucking yellow rings, bro. He was fucking wildin'. He was rolling through like the entire color core. He was pretty fucking disgusting. Yeah, I'd probably say. Yeah, I would probably favor that version of Yellow Lantern Mongol. If you take in consideration he's normally beefing with Superman and like Hal Jordan and being a very difficult battle for them to say the least.
Where would the DC Endless scale in Marvel? They'd be around like multi-eternity tier. Dream himself, like alone, was able to like delete and recreate the entire like DC cosmology, along with like an altered history, like changing the entire history of the verse, like when recreating it. So like, yeah, he'd pretty safely like scale above there. They'd be like in the house of ideas and stuff.
Let's see. UDM would indeed destroy Chaos King. It is nowhere near close,
Yeah.
bro. That would be a fucking
Yeah.
obliteration.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lol, Sentry got out moleculed Molecule Man. Big facts. You're not
Dude.
wrong on that one.
Sentry just souls fiction. Didn't you see Danko's YouTube channel?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
The Sentry Wank is just disgustingly unbelievable, bro. It hurts. It
Yeah.
harms the eyes and it hurts.
True.
Let's see what else we got.
Oh yeah, Apex Lex did fight Superman, but like Superman punched him like his hardest, and like it did not like do anything. Like it made like Apex Lex's like mouth have like a little bit of blood, but yeah, he was pretty much unstoppable to the league.
Yo, Man of Tomorrow, if you're still in chat, this is in reference to some shit earlier about Rebirth Hal Jordan stuff. Didn't Zod mention he wanted to be captured, though? That's often what I find out. People say that debunks that point. Well, you know what? He wanted to be captured in the same way that Hal Jordan wanted to be captured before that. So either way, he took an L, and he had double powers. So unless he was intentionally making himself bleed to lose, then like I don't understand your point there. He definitely did not want to take an L, but he did want to buy as much time so he could get all the data off of Kyle's ring that's possible. Like, that is true, but don't listen to people say that shit is the actual debunk there. If you think that that's not true, bro, you're fucking wildin'. How strong is God of God Shazam? Bro, this motherfucker was fighting Yuga Khan, Darkseid's father, and that was one of the dudes who amped him, so he was fucking crazy as hell.
Yo, Danko versus Comic Vine, I think Danko might take it. More people view Danko's channel than Comic Vine, on top of the fact that, like, Comic Vine uses Danko scaling.
Big facts. You are not wrong.
Yeah.
It's an L either way, if you ask me.
Sure. But yeah, the Endless go fucking hard. Like, Destiny's book himself, like, contains, like, the entire verse. And sees all things possible, like, impossible, that would happen, would never happen, like, all of these different future possibilities of the verse, and, like, his book even holds knowledge on stuff that would happen to, like, Lucifer and, like, Michael tier characters. So, like, yeah. And then you have, like, Death of the Endless, who, in my opinion, is the strongest of them all, had essentially locked up creation and was able to, like, even one-shot, like, Destiny and Dream. So, like, yeah, the Endless go hard. They go crazy.
Trying to find where I was because the shit moved me, and Jesus. We have a lot of comments coming in, boys. You guys are the best out there, keeping this shit rolling.
Facts.
Alright. Let's see.
Pariah is going to start a new crisis. Who's going to be the powerhouse to be able to stop him? Well, they better fucking hope, like, either Lucifer, like, fucking, like, the presence rolled up, because, like, apparently Pariah is, like, using the direct power of the Great Darkness, and he states that, like, he is in control of the Great Darkness, so, like, I don't know, like, that's some pretty disgusting shit.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I don't even know if Lucifer, like, we're at some fucking scary shit with just, like, Great Darkness amps, and obviously he believes he's using, like, the power of, whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Like, he's using the power of the Great Darkness, and he believes he's mastering it, or at least that's the implication it's had there. If he really is, then they're like, bro, we're at the time where it's like, holy shit. Like, we might not, like, this is like the toppest tier shit you can do in DC. Like, definitively. Like, that, and that's just fucking wild.
Yeah. Yo, Danko scaling, Stomps Comics Explained. For the same matchup, like, Danko literally had, like, Silver Surfer and, like, the Flash at, like, multi-planetary, so, like, that objectively beats anything Comics Explaining has ever shown.
What if Booster Gold became a Gold Lantern? He'd probably be a decent human being. Because he manages to fuck that up all the damn time, and they're, like, based in justice more so than anything, so, like, that'd be pretty cool.
Dude. Did anybody actually read the Justice League versus Legion of Superhero story?
Oh, I forgot that was coming. I need to relook that shit up, because there was actually Gold Lantern scaling coming out in that, and he was, like, supposed to be fighting it, but maybe DC just forgot about that shit while it was coming out. It's coming out once every 12 years, so it was kind of ripped.
DC realized that shit made them no money, so they just did, like, abandoned it.
No doubt. Goku stands versus Alien X stands. Loser is us. Big facts. That is 100% true.
For real.
Let's see.
Yeah.
God, you guys are wilding in chat over here. Oh
True.
God, here we go. Umaneko fucking memes.
Yeah.
Umaneko and SCP everywhere. I swear to God.
Umineko makes Lumos salty, if you guys haven't noticed by now.
Yeah, it's just boring as fuck.
I don't know, Odin, yo, Dark Rex, like, yo, Odin versus that's actually, like, fuck, I don't even know who wins from that.
What was it?
Trigon versus Odin.
I'm sure that Trigon would invent a way to trip over his own fucking feet. And if you look into actually good Odin scaling with like the really old content, like classic Odin, he was comparable to Dormammu at one point in time, and Dormammu would fucking like destroy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a conversation, bro. It would be a complete annihilation, man.
Man of Tomorrow is speaking only facts, bro. Trigon both wins and loses. Purely being like Trigon. Facts.
He is now the walking L.
Yeah.
He is DC's biggest jobber, bro. I can point towards a good story with Mephisto where he like does shit that affects things that matter. I cannot do that for Trigon. His best feat is defeating children, bro. That's the ultimate rip.
What do you mean defeating children? Well, when the fuck did that happen?
He has defeated the Teen Titans before. We can't downplay him that much. There are some times where he's defeated the Teen Titans.
Bro, with the amount of times they've beaten him, I might as well call that shit an outlier.
I mean, you ain't wrong, but you gotta call him as it is, bro.
Yeah. The literal best scaling I can think of for, like, Trigon would be, like, him fighting Mixie in that one story.
Big fact.
Like, that's the only feasible thing I can think of. Because the rest is just him, like, either throwing heads with the Teen Titans or, like, the Justice League. Bro, Trigon does not scale to the Great Darkness, bro. Stop it.
What the fuck? Who is saying this shit? Somebody is wiling.
It's only Soulfire, don't worry about it.
No, okay, here we go.
Trigon stands versus Cast stands. Fuck. Cast stands wins because they actually have something to go off of.
Yeah.
Trigon has canonically almost never won a fight. So like, at least Cast like is strong that you can like say shit with him.
Like he does have at least monitor sphere scaling. Like there's no denying that that's true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Let's see. Yo, big W's in chat for Hal Jordan in the back here. I know y'all see him.
Oh yeah, true.
Hal Jordan hangs out with me.
Yeah.
Yo, I tell you what, hold up. I had actually shit planned for this video, but since I'm me, those plans never follow through and I just wind up answering questions for people. Yo, what would be... I want you guys to hit me with it down low. If you could suddenly be a writer for any verse, what would be the what if you would write for that verse? And why? Yeah, hit me with that one down low. I'm curious to see what W's you guys got.
Oh, that's actually a good question. Like,
Bro, it's tough.
Good question. Dude. I mean, me as someone who actually like, as someone who's like, who reads pretty much mostly DC when it comes to like reading content and scaling, like, I'd obviously pick DC, but like a crossover, I wouldn't want to do something that's already been done before. So like, yeah, it would be interesting. I'd actually write like a tie-in or like a crossover between individual characters, not the entire verse. I'd like to see like Constantine or like Mephisto roll up on like the like King verse. I think that would be interesting.
Have him leave, have him reach the edge of the Overvoid and find out he was in the Dark Tower the whole time.
Lol.
That shit would be pretty
Oh.
unfortunate. It'd be badass though. It'd be a sick crossover.
But dude, the Great Tower is only like 3D at best, bro. Don't
here
you
we
see
go.
like the dumb comment sections? Like, yeah.
Let's see what we got in chat here. Yo, Celso Pereira. If you think that like White Lantern Hal Jordan or like Ultraviolet John Stewart or Orange Lantern Kyle Rayner stop the crisis Pariah is trying to build, Unfortunately, none of those characters, outside of maybe potentially White Lantern and Hal, would be able to do fucking dick all to Pariah. And yeah, that's nothing you could do, bro. Let's see.
Dude, for real, Mephisto shows up and he already loses.
I'm gonna try to upgrade this shit, bro. Let's see here. Star
Superman
Wars.
and Cthulhu? Down.
That'd be really interesting because he kind of represents the opposite of what Cthulhu has to offer.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know on that one, bro. I think he just wound up beating most of them up, unfortunately. People really go ham on the idea of like the Cthulhu verse, and it is badass, but like it's not like it's destroying DC or anything like that. It's like, yo, chill.
What if Parallax Hal destroyed Metropolis? Didn't he already do so when he was destroying so much of the time stream? Like, pretty much everything was
Yeah,
gone
he
by that
fucking
point?
destroyed everything across all of time, and they had to recreate it in order to fucking.
Yeah,
save
I
that shit.
think that would include Metropolis, so that's already happened, unfortunately.
Hal Jordan of Lumos' room, may you provide me with what I have left for the Jeff Johns GL run, lol. Not even Hal Jordan has that power. What else you got left in that Jeff Johns GL run, bro? I got literally the whole run chilling over on the back here of Jeff Johns. I got all 3 Omnibuy chilling in the back, man. So I feel you. I invested in that shit as well.
Yo, everyone in chat, how are all of you? And, like, how are you guys, like, staying alive in this fucking, like, heat wave shit?
Yeah, big facts.
This shit is killing me, bro. Like, the fan I have in my house literally, like, burnt down. Like, it overheated and, like, the plastic inside literally
Exploded.
burnt and, like, it got fucking destroyed. And, like, we don't have airco in this shit, so, like, yeah, it'd be trash.
Upgrading tickles. Yeah. Hero time. Need a hero? Starstruck. Welcome to the gun show.
Facts. Shout out to climate change.
Let's see. DC Cthulhu crossovers. Let's see. What if booster goal is time traveling to the past, get a meter amp of getting Golden Lantern Ring, and defeating pantheons of gods, being a monarch in the future? That'd be interesting. I'm sure he'd find a way to still job it up.
I just fucking realized the stream is called Click, or you rap Trigon and Mephisto. Bruh.
It's the ultimate meme, bro. If you don't, why do you think I've had so many people in the stream the entire time, bro? If you don't, you're a fucking Trigon fan.
Yo, unironically. Yo, Confirmation is a fan base. It's only like 7 million people. Lol.
Damn, I need more amps before I fucking fight with this shit.
Yeah.
No Fear, Wanted, Rage of the Red Lanterns, Agent Orange, Revenge of the Black Hand. So,
Lol. Simply put, Florida is an anomaly that can't get worse.
facts.
Lol.
Florida Man Syndrome. Yo, Man of Tomorrow. So, like, you need a lot more than that, man. Unless you already have a fuck ton of stuff. No Fear's pretty. I literally have that over on the shelf as well. No Fear's pretty good, even outside of the Omnibuy. Rage of the Red Lanterns is like a one shot. That's not even that big. Agent Orange is like a mini run, I guess. And Revenge of the Black Hand's like New 52 content, which is technically right at the end of his run, I guess, to be fair, because the New 52 starts right as, I think, Rise of the Third Army. So yeah, I guess that would be included in that.
Yo, like the stream if you're a Wally West fan.
Big facts. Oh wait, Wally West fan, never mind.
Bruh.
Nah, we gotta do a video on him down the way. Yo, W in chat. W is in chat if you actually want a really comprehensive guide to Wally West scaling. Hit me with it, boys. I'm curious to hear what you guys are repping down there. Let's see.
Bruh.
Maybe the entities possessing some of the lanterns would help, like Ion possessing Kyle, Parallax possessing Sinestro, a Bull possessing Guy. The problem is none of the lantern entities are around. They were sacrificed to the greater emotional spectrum reservoirs out in the greater Omniverse, and they don't exist anymore. And also, Sinestro does not get possessed by Parallax. He would beat the shit out of it. Just like Kyle would beat the living shit out of Ion if they ever, like, threw hands with one another, or tried to possess one another. Kyle, like, fucking boloed the whole, like, every single one of the emotional entities besides Parallax at the same time, including the life entity, the grip.
Yo, wanna know what's pretty funny? How a bunch of people are like, yo, like, Superman, like, is baseline, like, universal at best, bro. And then you show him, like, fighting, like, new gods 24/7, and his main ops literally, like, pulling timelines out of hyper time and shit. And then they're just like, oh, but that's an outlier, like, bruh.
So how many outliers do you want, bro? Like, come on now.
Yeah. It's like, according to you, there are more fucking outliers than, like, actual scaling, apparently. I just find that shit funny. Who's stronger between Hal and Kyle? Kyle as a White Lantern? Probably Goku. No, I'm just kidding. Who is stronger between Hal and Kyle as White Lanterns?
Kyle, definitively. That's not even a question. Like, the reasoning behind that is the best that Hal could do as a White Lantern, according to the DC book, was the best he could do was revive Black Hand. That's all he did as a White Lantern. And he had the reinforcement of the entire fucking White Lantern Justice League to do it. So, like, yeah, Kyle's over here fucking tanking the full emotional spectrum. Like, very clearly is he superior.
Bro, Goku's laser level? That's an outlier, dude. Like, he's actually, like,
He's mad.
omnipotent, bro. Didn't you know? Like, in every fight he's in, he just, like, infinitely transcends to a new level.
Let's go.
Doomsday versus Mogo. Current day Doomsday would probably win.
Yeah, he'd probably destroy Mogo. As fucked up as Mogo is, it sucks to take the L with Mogo. Like, Mogo's wildly powerful, but he ain't repping that shit.
Dude. Yeah, fact. Especially because, like, current day, like, a shadow of Doomsday himself was, like, having, like, Aquaman and, like, the other Aquaman from, like, Earth 13's, like, their god tridents literally shatter on him. And this was, like, arguably one of the weakest forms of Doomsday currently. And, like, those same, like, tridents could, like, hurt monitors and, like, injure Darkseid. Like, that shit's just disgusting.
You are not wrong, my friend. That shit was whack as hell.
Bogo versus fully fed Galactus. Galactus is omnipotent according to everyone.
In all honesty, that actually wouldn't be too bad. I think that Mogo, via scaling through a variety of characters, just has some really interesting hacks and stuff. But, like, high-end Galactus, as long as you're not using amps, and assuming that he is fed, should win that, in my opinion. Mogo is powerful as fuck, but, like, I'm not saying he's, like, fucking destroying one of the stronger characters in fucking Marvel.
What do you mean by fully fed Galactus? Because, like, if you're referring to, like...
He's not starving and weakened. Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, if you're referring to, like, Donny Cates' Thor run...
Okay,
then,
no,
like,
that's not anti-feats for Galactus. That's just the most biggest fucking amps in the universe out of nowhere.
Literally.
For Thor.
Like, those
so,
planets literally gave him beyond imagination scaling, so, like, that wouldn't even be used for fully fed Galactus, like, shit. Since sounds like even greater amps. Could a base Galactus eat Mogo? If he had a death wish, then he could try.
Yeah, that would be that would not be an enjoyable fight for him, to say the least. He could lose that matchup. That would be pretty close. Maybe like 5.5 out of 10 for Mogo, in my opinion.
No, Man of Tomorrow. It wasn't stated that Doomsday beat up True Form Darkseid. He straight up like
Beat him up on panel. He fucking beats his ass up.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, dude, he's just getting like everyone in DC's just getting crazy scaling.
Yeah, big facts.
Yeah, yeah. The author like confirmed. I remember seeing that.
You have to conceptually transcend an infinite amount of high outer realms in order to be quote-unquote boundless, and the boundless tier also does that exact same thing 1,000 times over again, so... Who's
Yeah,
stronger
basically.
between Hal and Kyle? Oh yeah, Kyle's white, yeah, definitely. Any of the lanterns... So any of the lanterns like Hal or Sinestro become the new entities. So during Rebirth, we essentially saw Hal Jordan kind of step into that field, in my opinion. He was becoming the new Ion, and even in the new content, they seemingly are like referencing a lot of shit from that run. So I would probably say that. Sinestro in that exact same run devoured Parallax into himself, and he was forcibly like killed almost by that same version of Hal later on. So I mean, maybe with Sinestro, we'll see.
Composite Doomsday versus Composite Lex. I'm taking Lex, like personally.
Yeah, he just has a lot more content consistently throughout the entire verse.
Yo, apparently like Amazo has like this this appearance where like he had the anti-life equation.
He wouldn't surprise me. He's got some dumbass shit, bro.
Yeah, I'll probably need to read up on that story because like that sounds like it could be fucking menacing. Is anyone actually liking Dark Crisis?
Hell yeah,
I'll
Dark
say-
Crisis was dope. Second issue.
Yeah,
so.
I'll say like I'm not really paying attention to the Young Justice shit, so it is enjoyable for me. A lot. Nah, no disrespect to like Young Justice fans, but that shit just ain't interesting to me. So like I don't really fuck with it that much.
Like the cosmological building and like the new villain and shit, like all that's badass. But the problem is every time there's a crisis, like heroes die, and then we have like this young crew of heroes who are trying to like pick up the pieces and get their shit together afterwards, and like that shit is so fucking played out.
For me, I will say though, like Infinite Frontier, Darkseid did job hard. Man was like thinking he was like top tier shit, gonna take control of the Great Darkness, and then gets fucking folded. Like, that was kind of an L.
You are not wrong, my friend.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Composite Amazo versus Doomsday. I don't know. Might need to get Zeus on the channel to answer that, honestly.
Which one? Amazo versus Doomsday?
Yeah, comp both.
Yeah, I'd have to read up on a lot more like Amazo specific stories for that one. My gut feeling tells me Doomsday, but I don't know the high ends of Amazo's copying capabilities.
Arion versus Darkseid. Yeah, Arion's got some crazy shit, honestly. That
he's
is
got a lot of big if true shit.
true. He's connected. He is connected to the like the Great Darkness, and yeah, I'd need to like read more on that. Favorite Crisis event? Heroes in Crisis. No, I'm just kidding. I'd never say that. Lol. Most dog shit Crisis of all time. My favorite Crisis would honestly be like death metal, and I know that's a fucking crazy controversial opinion, but like eat my ass. Everyone keeps on like disliking it, but I actually like really enjoyed it. So yeah.
People just dislike it because the Bat Who Laughs kind of just took over the whole fucking event, unfortunately.
Yeah,
which
that is
was
fair.
pretty big rip. They played a
That is
Perpetua for
fair.
like the last 3 years to have Batman Hatton show up and just do better for some reason.
Yeah, I kind of just saw the story as like a, yo, all bets are off, like everything's on the table, like it's an all or nothing situation. Like that to me was honestly like the biggest crisis, like by definition, that like there was, because like there was so much more on the stakes. Because it wasn't like all the other crises where it was like, oh, like creation is in danger. No, like this one was threatening, like, yo, if the Batman Who Laughs succeeds, okay, all the hands are dying, and then eventually the judges of the source and my verse will just eat others until there's nothing left but me. And like, yeah, I just found that like the stakes were just so much higher, and like the level of like heroism in that story was just a lot greater.
I don't know, man. I'll probably go with the OG Crisis or Metal. I really liked Metal a lot more. It was much more streamlined. It was like the first introduction to a lot of those characters, so it didn't feel like it was getting in the way of itself or like trying to do weird shit that nobody really wanted besides like the mainstream popular crowd who was just reading Bat Who Laughs content. And that shit set up everything in motion for death metal. Like death metal was good in my opinion because it had such a strong like basis from both the 2018 run as well as like the metal event.
Yeah, fair. I don't know. I just don't like the way that like they incorporated like Hawkman as such an important thing in that story. It was kind of weird
it
and
actually
annoying.
fucking made Hawkman valuable.
True, it did make Hawkman valuable in that story, but it was also like, dude, it's fucking Hawkman.
I mean, all he did, like that's the meme, right? Is like all he did was what? Be there? Like be present?
Yeah.
So like it's not like he was a focal point of the story, but it's not like he was like doing shit that didn't make sense or anything for his character.
Could the Anti-Monitor successfully pull off a Crisis on Infinite Earths in Marvel?
Or if you give him the same prep he had in Crisis on Infinite Earths, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like the worst part is they would be. What happened with the Beyonders was pretty much the exact same thing. Okay. Like,
yeah, I'd actually tie it to like Anti-Monitor's Crisis on Infinite Earths was essentially like, yo, what would happen if like the Chaos King actually succeeded?
Like, dude, the Beyonders put a bomb in each individual universe. Like, they solved that problem. Like, he solved that by just nuking all of the Earths. Like, all of the realities that exist at the same fucking time with an antimatter wave that he generated. Like, they would be no special, and the gods would have issues dealing with that. Like, it's not like they would be immune to that because they can only interact with lower planes like that through their universal M-bodies.
Yeah. To answer your question, probably, Stain, when Crisis on Infinite Earths came out or now, if it was like classic Marvel, I think they definitely have a chance at stopping it. With how many big boys there were at the time and like how much less they jobbed. But like currently I do not think they would be prepared for like the Anti-Monitor. That's just me though, but like hey, I'm a Wally West fan, so like my opinion doesn't matter.
I just think that like if you're talking like in the current day, it might be a little bit different because there's a lot of different characters to scale much higher. We were like talking like in the same time frame.
Yeah. Sinar versus Perpetua. Dude, I've heard of Sinar, but I don't know his like scaling. Like, I've heard he has like the Demiurge power, which could like, if that's the case, he's like around Michael tier. But like, I don't know shit on him. Like, I've actually been looking for the stories he's in. But like, yeah.
Yo, Michael, the Crisis on Infinite Earths. I want to read this out loud, it's funny. I know Anti-Monitor scales to all creation, but I don't think that it went past Godsphere tier. That doesn't make any sense. Yo, he literally was going to blow up all of the worlds because everything in the God Sphere are thoughts based from the people in those worlds. That's why in that exact event, he got hands-on. Darkseid got hands-on to deal with that shit. So, like, saying it didn't affect them, well, nothing up to that point had affected them, that's true, because there were still people in creation who could think of those things.
Yeah,
Hence them
and
still
also
existing.
the most important planet that wasn't destroyed was like Earth Prime, which was the one that like pretty much held all of creation together.
Let's see.
Do you think DC should slow down on the crisis events?
It
I'd
definitely
say,
feels like
like-
they're pumping them out left and right. Which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I'd say they should slow down like a little bit. Like, I don't want them to be fucking making crisis events that last as long as Doomsday Clock. I might kill myself if that's the case.
Big facts.
But like, yo, don't just like create like the largest crisis event of all time right after like death metal. Like,
I mean, bro, we're already there. We're already there, bro. Like, we're
Yeah.
fucking doing that
Like-
shit in Dark Crisis. It's like,
yeah,
what the
it's
fuck?
like, oh, you came out of one crisis, yo, let's join another. Like, bruh. Like, but yeah.
That's big rip. That's happening
Yo,
monthly.
yo,
Let's
yo,
fucking go. Probably
Yo,
saying.
chill,
You're
chill,
living up
chill.
to your name in real time. Probably saying, holy shit.
Yo, relax, bro. Relax. You're wilding a bit too hard, bro. Like, monthly, this man said. Dude, that would be like, yo, each fucking crisis event would have to be one issue long, and like would have to end halfway to like make sure the other crisis event makes sense. Damn, crisis of your mom, you got me.
Hey, Bloons, come out and play.
Got him.
Heard ya.
Lol, the real crisis is happening in DC staff.
Nah, the
Bro.
real fucking crisis, low key, is the fact that they can't keep a fucking ownership over their goddamn parent company ever. Like, I
For
am
real,
not
dude.
even kidding, bro. They keep getting bought out by all, like, everyone and their cats and dogs, and it's so fucking rip.
Yeah, it's actually sad.
Every time they get bought out, we get a crisis event because the new parent company knows that that shit will sell, and that is the biggest fucking rip there is, boys.
Yeah. Dude, super underrated villain. I wish Squire could actually become a DC character. I think it'd be cool. Like, Squire, the same fucking threat to creation that like could sense the like Oblivion out there, like true Oblivion. Like, bruh, man's gooning.
Magic.
But yo, everyone, let me know down below like what you guys think of like prereq on it.
With what? You broke up there.
Okay, prereq on Beyonders returned. What do y'all think of it?
Yeah, that shit is pretty meme, man. What the fuck, Sidorak doesn't have feet? Did I really just read that? What the fuck? He dragged Classic Stranger Galactus into his realm and they were fucked. They couldn't do shit. Crisis on Infinite Parent Companies. Literally, let's go! Let's fucking go!
Saying shit that's actually normal and also abnormal at the same time. I don't know what to think of this, man.
Star Sapphire Princess Bubblegum, let's go.
Nobody actually reads World of Darkness, and if you say that there are, you're lying to yourself.
I don't even know what it is, so big rip.
It's like where you get like the Weaver or like a bunch of other like really abstract characters that like are just used in like versus debates to win. It's like the Feathering syndrome.
My favorite.
Like people Yeah.
Let's see.
Bro, Starro is literally the GOAT, okay?
Starro is
Jarro
crazy.
is absolutely, yeah, Jarro is cracked too. Lol. Pre-Recon Beyonder did have drift until now.
Dude, whatever. His new you're just mad his new David Bowie look is top tier.
Yeah, you're right. All of you, I want you to go search up Defenders Beyond Pre-Recon Beyonder and tell me that looks normal. Doctor Doom versus Sinestro. Doctor Doom, because Sinestro's only planetary.
You can get the fuck out of here versus Battle Wiki. Yo,
Bottom reported.
I think that shit could actually be really that would be a really interesting battle. Like,
yeah. Yo, it's good, Captain Forrest.
unlike a lot of like the Earthlanders and shit who are like a little bit more hesitant to just like go absolutely ham on you, Sinestro is not, and he will go fucking full 100% ham. Like, the problem is, as I said earlier when we also gave this matchup to the other Lanterns, is like, can Doom in real time be capable of figuring out how to absorb the energy from that, from like his rings? And
Yeah.
they have examples of characters trying to do that in verse and failing, and also them overcoming that as well. So it really does fucking just depend. It's not that it's impossible for like his shit to be absorbed, because like in the Sinestro run, Mongol had been utilizing technology from this guy named Relic, who was from the universe before our universe, and everything in their entire society was based on emotional spectrum technology, and he managed to be capable of using that technology to do it. But that was some pretty crazy ass tech, to say the least. So it really does depend, man. I could see that one honestly going either way with how dangerous Sinestro is.
I'm calling this right now.
That one's a
I want
50-50.
everyone. This is theory time with Lumos and Casual over here. If I am calling it right now, that if Pariah returns all the like universes from the multiverse that died, Relic is coming back, bro. And if I am wrong, that after this crisis event, I want all of you next stream to come here again and slander me, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, I'm calling
Wally
I'm
slander.
calling this shit right now. Alright,
I'm
yo,
always
I'll
down
go
for
get a
Wally
snack.
slander. That's facts.
True. I'll go get a snack. I'll just be muted for a bit.
That's okay. What else we got, boys? What would you say is a good starting point for Lantern comics? Yo, Vladimir, Man of Tomorrow has got you covered. Green Lantern 2005, but make sure that you read the 2004 Rebirth story that takes place right before that, because it catches you up on the entire history of everything inside DC, and kind of gives you a pretty good basis for a major retcon that they do, which includes like creating emotional entities as an entire concept. So definitely would recommend that, because it's pretty. That's one of my favorite stories of all time for the Lanterns. It's just really well done. Pretty top tier stuff. Let's see. Yeah, and then just read the Jeff Johns run. Red Lantern Flame Princess, big facts. She would indeed be a Red Lantern. You are not wrong on that one. Let's see. New Defender, yeah, Beyonders. His new look is definitely beyond. His sense of fashion is beyond us. Let's go. Yeah, big facts. Lantern content goes past the Jeff Johns shit. I think, honestly, like with all the other cores opening up past that, if you really enjoy the rest of the cores, that shit's all after like any of the John stuff, but it's so fucking good, dude. Any of the ones, whether it's Red Lanterns or the Larfleeze solo series, or even like the Sinestro one. Sinestro one's one of the greatest runs of all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's top tier. Doom would definitely be a guy chasing after the Orange Lantern power battery. He would do it once and he would realize that shit is too toxic. It is. You don't want to fuck with that shit, bro. Yo, my boy Captain Forrest over here, shouting out. Pariah being Overvoid tier, I'll take it a step further. Yo, he is literally sitting himself in the Great Darkness currently, and that shit is it's on the outskirts of the Overvoid, because they're like opposites to one another. The Overvoid represents the concept of light or life or stories, and the Great Darkness is obviously nothingness, and they scale equivocally to one another simply because if either one outscaled the other, like, it would just be like casual one-shot, right? We'd see characters from creation just deleting any crisis level threat, and we would see like the Great Darkness just casually nuking creation. So yeah, if he's rolling around doing that shit, and in the 2018 run we have like Justice League characters rolling around the 6th dimension, which is stated by Scott Snyder to be the Overvoid, or the tier above, like the Overvoid essentially being the floor to the 6th dimension, then yeah, they're like traversing those planes and fighting characters on those levels, like Superman punching World Forger and stuff. Yeah, Pariah deleted them, so it's pretty safe to say he would be at least comparable in that range. Somewhere low 60, in my opinion. As far as we've seen, maybe mid-tier.
No, nerds, I'm back.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Favorite Wally
is the fucking Larfleeze New 52 run any good? Hell yes it is, bro. That shit is the dumbest shit ever. It's comedy, bro. It is literally the most comedy shit you will ever see. He literally is running around slapping gods who come from beyond the creation point, and depending on how you choose to interpret that shit, like, everybody has a different opinion on whatever they consider creation point. Oh no, man, I fucking lost. The only creation point that exists there is a source wall in DC, unless you want to say they came from the dark multiverse, and at that point in time Larfleeze is affecting and killing characters from the dark multiverse. That shouldn't be possible. So like, it's a W no matter what you fucking really want to pull like a W on. So like, I genuinely do not know.
Yo, Retro Man. So the Presence and Lucifer would be safely above Perpetua.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the Presence is implied to be the source, or the source being like, you could like very safely argue is like an avatar of the Presence, and the source is like, essentially the hierarchy would be the source, no, the Presence, the source, the judges of the source, who then give the energies to the hands like Perpetua, and essentially like Lucifer, like, he scales around like Presence tier very safely.
Yeah, he's fought characters who've like replaced the Presence and stuff like that, which is pretty
yeah
stuff.
Yeah, Presence scaling.
The like DC Book of Lists essentially establishes all of that too. It literally goes the source, which the source is the Presence, and then you have judges of the source, Cosmic Raptor, hands. Like, that's, as far as we know, those are like the characters rolling around the Overvoid, and Lucifer was out there like memeing and scheming with the Presence, so he should be somewhere in that list. But they surprisingly left out Lucifer on a lot of that content.
They actually had like Lucifer in the area of the like hell, showing like all the like lords of hell. So yeah, that's basically where he was. But yeah, it was also like you also get a lot of interesting DC tie-ins in the in like the Lucifer story. You see like John Constantine. You hear about the Lords of Order, the Lord of Chaos, all that. Yeah, and yo, fun fact, all the people like saying the Presence that like Lucifer fought was weakened. In fact, we've actually seen back then, like in the Lucifer stories, that like you can actually obtain Presence powers if you do some, if you go through like a certain like task. And so yeah, it is possible to get Presence powers, but whether you'd actually scale to like the Presence, like, you might have like his raw AP, but you will not know how to use those powers effectively.
Yeah.
And essentially, that's how Lucifer beat the Giant Brothers, who obtained the powers of the Presence, and also this dark so-called Presence, who even Lucifer states that he is not like his father, but has the powers of the Presence.
If you want evidence that the Presence scales above Cosmic Armor Superman and all the other fucking idiots that everyone wanks in DC, all you have to do is watch my short video on the presence downplay is disgusting because in like 1 minute I deliver enough information in that literal scans from guidebooks as well as inverse stories like death metal where it's literally stated that even the presence is handing powers off to like hands and shit. Like no one can deny this if they're not like a complete potato. Let's see. What else we got, boys? You know, Larfleeze is comedy, bro. He's 10 out of 10. I would recommend.
Dude, Larfleeze and Dexter are the 2 greatest lanterns of all time. I don't care what any of you say.
Yo, besides Jon Stewart, what lanterns do you think should ascend? The cool thing about it is it's not lantern specific. It is, I'm not even kidding, human specific. Like Jon Stewart that ascended was not a lantern. He was just a dude. That's it. So like
Supreme being, Supreme being, Supreme being. Oh my god.
yeah, he was like ascending to fucking hand tier just as a dude. So like everyone else could ascend, but the problem is there are 7 Crux worlds. I have a video on this as well, where the presence, the presence or the source is basically designed to become like higher beings. And unfortunately, Sinestro's homeworld, they mention I think 3 or 4 of them, but we don't have enough info to know what the other ones are. I'd speculate probably Ran and Thanagar are probably on that list. Krypton was on it, Xanshi was on it, Earth is on it, but like, yeah, we just don't know. So I doubt we'll see Sinestro ascend or anything else along those lines, though it would be totally meme and super badass.
Yeah, essentially the whole Hecate collective unconscious meme scaling above the presence.
Probably
like,
Sane has watched my video on that shit.
Yeah,
Supreme
those
being.
are all.
Supreme
Those
being.
are yeah, that was literally what he was referring to. That shit was hilarious.
That shit was 21 good.
Yeah, but like the funny thing about that is that Hecate was like, she was like created and she was like forming around the multiverse while it was being created by Perpetua, and then like she inevitably like just sat herself down and became like the sphere of the gods.
Yeah, Hecate essentially is just like the goddess of the god sphere. She is not like the genuine creator of like the DC multiverse, and people have like hard times understanding that in a variety of ways.
Yeah, she is essentially the collective unconsciousness itself, and people essentially what people get this idea that like this is essentially where these people get their ideology of like Hecate and collective unconscious scaling above the presence is one Constantine or Dr. Fate stating that Witching Hour Wonder Woman scaled above every god that was there. And people interpreted that
Every god
as
that
like
walks the earth, bro.
Yeah, as every god in creation, when they were actually referring to like new god level characters, like people in the god sphere, and also a reference from a DC writer stating that like if you've read Sandman, there's something called Dream of a Thousand Cats, where essentially if you believe in something enough, then you
It
essentially
manifests.
it happens basically, and people believe that like if you believe in the presence that then he exists. But the problem with that is that there would nobody to believe in the presence if the presence didn't make them, and yeah.
We know that's
Like-
false because he's the one handing energies to like Perpetuas and shit, like way before stories existed too. So it's like hilarious downplay. It's like, bro, it's how I know you read 2 comics online. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and on top of the fact that Scott Snyder, the guy who wrote Metal and Death Metal, on top of creating the 6th dimension, and yeah, the guy who wrote all of that, literally like stated that the collective unconscious scales nowhere near to the presence, and the presence doesn't come from it. So like, there's like books and books upon evidence that like proves the presence scales higher, but like idiots like Poncho Scales still believe like, yo,
It's easier to
Hecate
downplay,
follows
dude.
fiction.
It's easier to
Yeah.
downplay the presence than give him genuine scaling.
Yeah.
And that's
It's like that one Yeah, it's like that one cheese statement of like Dr. Fate stating she's more powerful than any god. It's like, okay, dude, like I could literally just say, yo, Barry Allen stated is the fastest man alive, so he's just like faster
He's the
than like, all of
fastest ever,
fiction.
yeah.
Dude, like, yo, if you go off that logic, like, shit, fucking Goku soul is fiction because he always transcends to a new level, like so.
Yeah, it's just some really bad fucking logic, dude, and it's really fucking sad in all honesty. Ascended Lex Luthor. Honestly, Lex is probably one of the closer things we had to like quote unquote ascended beings because he was just like high on his own supply of like anti-crisis energies.
Yeah, true. Apex Lex versus Ascended Human would probably win. Oh yeah, the ideology of atheism. Lamau.
I feel like you do have to fucking write a whole goddamn paper on this shit for it to make sense. Like, I'm not even kidding whenever it comes to, like, individual... One of the big things even me and Wally had a huge disagreement about not too long ago was, like, in the Spectre 92 run, there's a moment in time where they basically explain that all gods in all of their origin stories are true at the same time, despite some of them having, like, origins that say that they're the genuine creators of existence. And it's just because the way the collective unconscious works and the way how, like, perceiving God in DC works. Like, everybody can look at the same thing and perceive something different regardless of that.
Yeah, and the more I think about it now, even Metron in Death Metal states something similar that, like, if you believe in the source has to exist. Not that it, like, creates it, but, like, they're all like, if the idea of the character exists, then like they basically exist because they affect everything.
Presence's mustache solos, Mara, big facts.
Yeah. Yo, fun fact, that that actual like appearance happened because he was shape-shifting into different characters and trolling Elaine so hard that Elaine rage quit and was like, yo, just become somebody I don't know. And that was basically his permanent form until after that. Well,
yeah, so in reference to the scan where the presence says he was shaped by external forces, a lot of people are referring to the collective unconscious one more time whenever it comes to the context of that. But the collective unconscious, I'm not even kidding, is one of the energies he gave to Perpetua to create the verse. So that statement doesn't make a lot of sense retroactively, but like what he's actually referring to there is indeed a collective unconscious, but he's talking about us as in the real world because he's aware of us in the actual real world beyond any of them.
Yeah, and for further proof of this, you also have like beings like Destiny of the Endless, who in his book refers to like the IRL writer, and like beings on that level actually refer to like writers and like readers and shit. And you also see them every once in a while in like Lucifer's runs. Like there's like multiple like fourth wall awareness moments.
Yeah.
So like at that level, they do actually refer to the real world. So yeah, like you could interpret that as like, yo, the presence is like below the writer. Which is fair, obviously, like, in full retrospect. Like,
in
every
fiction,
everything
everything has to be,
Yeah, but, like, as a character, like, the character of the writer when he actually came to DC in, like, what's-his-face? Like, Animal Man, he would not scale that high.
Well, like, even Snyder has come out and said hands and stuff like that are literally writers. Like, they're meant to represent writers creating creations throughout all of the greater Omniverse or the Overvoid. So, like, there are quote-unquote writers and people that represent the writers within the cosmology, but when he's referring to it, he's referring to, like, not the in-universe ideas of writers, but the actual writers of the story. Not like the shit you find in, like, Superboy Prime storyline or, like, Earth 33 or anything like that. It is like a meta like statement, but people try to downplay it because lol. Presence downplays
and
easy.
Also, yeah, sure. And also the exact same Grant Morrison like interview that everyone jerked off into existence for cast scaling. That same like not story, but like interview Grant Morrison states that like the presence, the source, or like the writer are all like essentially the same thing, and like in like by definition they technically are, since like
All things
the
come
source
from
slash the source slash the presence, like they make everything, they make all the stories in DC, like in canon, like they're in canon reasoning, and like out of canon reasoning, aka like IRL, like yeah, the writers making it, so like it makes sense that they would essentially represent the same person. Yo, Brandon Cruz, absolute facts. Hunter Scales is ridiculous, but yeah, it'd be like that. Just leave those dark sections of the internet, bro.
Yeah, like, I respect the hustle that he's got, like 100%. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The guy is making a lot of content. He seems very well versed in Marvel, and more power to him. I think that he has a vested interest in downplaying other verses to make Marvel sound better. And I'd also like to clear up some misconceptions in chat over here. I'm not even saying like Presence solos, like the high-end shit within Marvel. I think One Above All versus Presence could be really like a really interesting conversation. We just know so little about the One Above All in comparison to the Presence, because the Presence is like a main character that's heavily focused upon within a variety of stories within DC, versus the very little we kind of mess with him inside the context of Marvel. But that's not an excuse, just because there's more content, to intentionally pick and choose bad or like negative implications for a character. Just a meme. Like it's kind of disgusting to do that, and it does a disservice to both verses whenever you just try to wank one over the other.
Exactly.
I tell you what,
Sorry,
boys, we're gonna pop off there since I finished this last match. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys, especially for the majority of you guys stuck out the longest point in time for this. So hopefully we have another one of these streams down the way. It was a blast chilling, and
Yo, facts.
yeah, what you got anything to say on the way out? Wally?
Not much. Just remember to like and subscribe.
Big facts.
Share your content with your family and friends. Now from a message from our sponsor, Raid Shadow. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, we hit 2,000. That's such a big number, boys. Let's go, 2,000. Let's fucking add another G to that. So like he said, spread the word, spread the love, and hopefully we'll keep growing and we'll get bigger, and we can finally start one-shotting these presence down players and lantern down players and all these fucking losers out there.
True. Shout out to the Discord server too.
Big facts. Add me on Discord. Link should be in the description if you want to join, but if you're a retard, then you will get banned. Fair warning. So,
agreed.
That being said,
I'll do it myself.
As always, boys, later lanterns. We'll see you next time.
Hey.